What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we are back for another episode review of Greenleaf Season 3, Episode 3, Chain of Command. Okay? Listen. This episode should have just Charity and May, they're practically going through the same struggles, but different a little bit. And when I say the same struggles, meaning that they're both trying to find their place. They're both trying to find their place. And at this point, the men in their lives ain't acting right. They thinking that they're loved here and they're really not. And it's just, I felt bad for Charity a little bit. I felt bad for May a little bit, but everybody played a part in all of this, okay? So, hey, the episode opened up with Sophia, Grace, and Lady May sitting down there having breakfast, and you got Sophia, the only one that's really trying to make conversation because she can feel the tension in the air. May ain't really trying to talk to Grace after the way that Grace came at her the night before. I'm like, girl, well, y'all, you both of y'all do the same thing to each other. Y'all should be used to this at this point. And Sophia was like, you know what? I'm finna go, okay? And Mama, you want to meet up for dinner? And then she was like, no. How about you know, me and you? This is May talking to Sophia. How about we have a little dinner together and all that? And she was like, okay, cool. I'll meet you back at the house, later on tonight. So when Sophia leaves, the maid brings over this letter that's in this envelope, and it has defendant and plaintiff on the front. And so she opens it up and she looks at it and it says dissolution of marriage. Bishop just sent her some divorce paper, babe. And this got May shook and upset. Okay, Grace was trying to ask what was going on, and you know, she was like, girl, after the way you talked to me last night, you ain't finna know nothing, okay? I said, I guess, in her mind, she kind of blaming this on Grace too, okay? You know how she do. But anyway, moving on from that, we finally seen Bishop. May get up and she just go. We finally seen Bishop, and Bishop just keeps on asking Corinne and everybody that he runs into, have they seen Lady May? Have you spoken to her? Have you seen her? Do you know where she's at? Corinne said no. The other lady said no. And you know, Corinne was like, well, since you're looking for Lady May and we can't find her, I just want to let you know Charity is in your office. What she want, I don't know. So he come in there and he already, flustered about what's going on. And I said, the whole time I was thinking like, why do you care what's going on with Lady May? You didn't already sent her the divorce papers. So what is the issue right now? Like, what do you want? What more do you want from her? Like, let it be done. Who wants to talk to somebody after they send them divorce paper? I don't get that. But Charity is in there, and basically she was like, she want to preach, okay? Because he thinking that she was supposed to go on tour, and she said she's not gonna go on tour because of this whole thing with Kevin. But her whole thing that she want to do now, she said God came to her, she want to preach, okay? And he was like, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a baker. Okay, but I never did be a baker. I went on ahead and I became a pastor. And I never said anything about wanting to be a baker because it didn't happen. And you can't just use showing becoming a pastor or a preacher as a plan B. I said, well, bitch, you did because you wanted to be a baker. But he was coming down so hard on Charity, and I don't think he meant that. He was just trying to show her, like, at this point in time, he got so much stuff going on. I guess he didn't catch the way that he was talking to her and does not see outside of what's going on in his own life that your daughter is struggling right now. And I understand that, Charity is a grown woman, but it is helpful sometimes to have somebody else in your corner and someone that you can feel safe enough to go to and talk to. And at that point in time, Charity felt safe enough to go to Bishop and thinking that he would talk to her. And he was like, no, this ain't the path for you. I was like, gee. She was like, you haven't heard me preach in a long time. And he was like, yeah, because it ain't for you. And I was just like, wow, okay. So right now, Charity is having that middle child syndrome going on. She's feeling ignored. She's feeling like her whole life is crumbling before her eyes and nobody is paying any attention to it. And I felt bad for her. Sometimes Charity nags and nags and nags, but I felt bad because it literally seems as though Charity has no one in her corner. Even if she would have went to Grace, Grace got her own thing going on, but she don't trust Grace like that. And, you know, it's not even a possibility 100% that Grace will be paying attention to her because she's so focused on what's going on with Lady Mae and Bishop and then Rochelle Cross, okay? And then, Jacob dealing with the stuff that's going on with Zora and the church and everything. So at this point in time, Charity is like all her dreams that she's working forward to, being on tour, having his music out, it's come crashing down. Having a loving husband who actually loves and care for her and protects her, and having her family. The husband is gay. That's no longer in the picture no more. You lost one of your babies, but you still have this one. You lost the tour, because of your husband or your ex-husband, which honestly is because of you. Because all you had to do was let that man have the baby for the time being, and it would have been all to the good. He wasn't trying to stop you from fulfilling your dreams. He just wanted to see his son. But I get her apprehension because of his history, because of him running away and doing what he did. So I understand everybody's sides in this, and I feel so bad for her. Okay, we got Grace. She's talking to one of these potential clients or whatever, who gets her a $50,000 check to go to the defense fund. And this lady is a client of Rochelle Cross, and I think we seen her before. But either way, she said that her business is legit. She's always, helping out. And she wanted to give more. I said, "Oh, you wanted to give more? What you wanted to do? Double that?" Just like now, but I was convinced to just wait till next year to give some more next year. And she literally told her, "I'll see you next year." I said, "Well, shoot, okay." Now at this point in time, with these clients just popping up, I just was like, Grace, keep your good eye on her because Rochelle ain't all the way together, and we'll see that later on. We already know that, but we see what the plot and the plan is that's going on. And Grace runs into Bishop. Bishop asking Grace, has he heard from her mother? And she hasn't. And he eventually do tell her that he filed for divorce, or he sent her some divorce paper. And Lady Maiden went to see the divorce lawyer. Okay, she asked the lady, "Are you a Christian?" She said no. But at the end of the day, when we get this stuff started, you're gonna be glad that we are. Okay, that I'm not, because I'm about to try to get you everything that you deserve. But I want you to let you know, I have worked with a lot of first ladies and other women that's in higher positions. They've done this with the pastor, they've done this with their husband, that with their husband, this equal stuff and all this. And you think that they deserve half or most of stuff, and they're not going to get what they want. Okay, so you have to be prepared for that. And at this point in time, Lady May is just going through it. And we have to forget that regardless of how she treats certain people, she is also a woman in pain too, because how would you feel if you found out that your spouse had relations multiple times, with somebody in your family, somebody as close as a brother or a sister, or even that favorite cousin? You know what I'm saying? How or your mama or your daddy, okay? Because stuff like that happen. How would you feel, especially if you knew something of it and you kind of felt that it happened one time and you was able to forgive that, but then come to find out it happened multiple times? Girl, please, I will be over it. Okay. So she's dealing with that pain. So I can empathize. Okay, I can't sympathize. I can empathize. All right. Um, this whole thing with Zora, that little girl. Jacob was in his office. Tasha comes in there and was like, "So, Pastor, um, I just want to talk to you because there's an issue. It's a whole bunch of envelopes that's kind of opened up and a little bit empty from the offering from the other day. And I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Okay, I think honestly that somebody been stealing. Okay, so the kids are the one that's going through picking up the offerings or whatever, as we saw with Zora and the other kids, on that episode where Zora stole. So basically, they wrote down all the names of the people who were, picking up the offerings and all that stuff. And um he wanted to have a talk with them, and she said he told her not to let them know what it's about, but just to have them come into the office or whatever. And so that's what they gonna do. And at this point you can see it kind of clicking in his head that something just ain't right, and like he already had the inclination that or the thought that Zora was up to something, because he said this is the first time, and he told Carissa this too. He told Carissa, I think Zora is stealing. They were sitting at the table, having family dinner. She giving attitude about what she did the day before. And she was like, I wrote all day with my homework with a pen. Can I get my computer back? He was like, bitch, I gave you a TV. So, you can calm down about that. But can I be excused? Okay, girl, go. At this point, Carissa's getting fed up with her attitude. You can see it by that whole body language in that scene. But this is when Jacob tells her, I think that Zora was stealing from the church, okay? And she was like, you don't know that to be sure. I don't know it to be sure, but I have a strong feeling that it is true, okay? And I said, baby, go with that feelings because you are spot on, okay? And so, what else was happening in this episode? Baby, Corinne coming there trying to talk to Bishop. Bishop just, girl, I like Corinne. Corinne is me. I'm gonna be up in everybody's business, but don't tell me and ask me anything else, okay? Just leave me, let me do my job. Don't involve me any further because I don't want to know everything, but I do want to know, but I don't want to know. You know what that means? But he needs to know what Lady May at. That's what he at. Lady Mae then went driving further into, it seemed like Memphis, okay, because it looked like she was on Beale Street or something like that. And she's at a bar and she's asking for this certain type of drink. And dude was like, baby, we don't make them types down here, okay? She was like, don't even worry about it. I will tell you how to make it. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Okay, so that's what you like? That's how you are? We'll see what it is. We got this lady up there, doing her thing. Girl, at first I thought that she was finna go see Mavis, okay? I thought she was finna go see Mavis, but no. So we get to scene with Grace on the phone with her boyfriend Darius. And she told him about the fact that Bishop filed for divorce, and he was like, why would he do something so stupid like that? Because now it's finna get out in the midst of all the drama that's going on between with the IRS and all this stuff. It's just gonna probably look kind of crazy and like you're trying to hide something or whatever. Okay? And so at this point, Corinne coming there to Darius also offered to have one of his police friends to look into Rochelle Cross and her background, okay? And then, Corinne comes into the office and was like, so there's a reporter outside that's supposed to be interviewing Lady Mae about the First Lady stuff, whatever of the churches, but she's not here. So you want to come out here and talk to her? She was like, okay, I'll take care of it. So she go out there, she's talking to her, and they switch the whole thing around and do the whole story on Grace, and Grace give her opinions and all that stuff. Bishop go over there to see not James, but Jacob, and basically tells Jacob in a roundabout way before he actually go ahead and say, I sent your mother divorce papers. Man, do you know how fucked that is to send somebody a divorce paper while they trying to eat their cereal in the morning and get their day job? Inconsiderate, okay? At least, ain't no right time, but I wake up, and what if she would have woke up in a good mood, in the midst of all of this, and then you just destroyed it, okay? But anyway, when that happened, he went around the block to the corner store just to come back and tell Jacob, I sent your mama divorce papers, but I wasn't trying to send it to her as a means of me saying I want a divorce. It was kind of like to scare her, into doing right or whatever and seeing how things may be and all this stuff. Like, we don't really want to go down this road. I said, boy, if you don't get out of here, Jacob is like, what the heck is going on? It's a mess. That's what's going on, okay? He is just incensed like, are you serious? Then we get the scene with Charity. She knocking on somebody's door. It's Kevin's door. She's going to pick up baby Nathan, right? Child. Who opens up the door? Aaron is holding baby Nathan like his head. You know what I'm saying? Charity, like, she just was just shocked, okay? First of all, you live here now? Okay, listen, let me get this, okay? Give me my baby. I don't want your little toy. Okay, give me back because he won't stop crying. All right, okay, whatever. Wait, you finna go? Yes, I'm about to go. Well, hold on because, Kevin, he went out for a little something, so he'll be back, but he wanted to talk to you. Actually, we both wanted to talk to you. So I know when you first came over here the first time, you saw me, and I told you that I was just here because of the simple fact that, I'm visiting. And she was like, what? What you got to tell me? You moving in or something? She was saying that being sarcastic, throwing out a joke, whatever. And he said, well, I came down here for a job interview and it's looking right. They want me and I'm thinking I'm going to accept the offer. So therefore, yeah, I'm about to move in with my boo. And she was like, ain't this some... I said, whoo, Charity, everybody else's life is moving forward and yours is just stuck. I understand the feeling, baby. Girl, it just felt like everything was coming down on her shoulder. She was like, it's cool. It's whatever. I got my own things that I need to be doing. She takes the baby. And next thing you know, we see Charity out here driving in this in the rain and stuff, and baby Nathan just back there crying himself off, and I just said, get the baby a pacifier. You can't give him a boob right now, but give him a bottle or something. Like, you didn't think this through, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? Then we see Lady May. Lady May is still at this bar. She done had one too many drinks already. She invited a couple of ladies over there to her table so that they can talk and have little friendly conversations. And she's telling them about this one lady that's a pastor. I forget her name, Kareem or something like that. And she's this big pastor out in the state that they're in, and because those two ladies knew her, she was like, yeah, I know her. We went to college together. We both got accepted to Howard University School of Divinity. We both were gonna go. We sat here, and right when the day before we were supposed to go to DC, get on the train to go to DC, came to this bar, and I had to tell her that I couldn't go because I fell in love. And basically, she went on and she said, what I'm trying to tell you right now, don't stop your life for a man, okay? Don't do it because it's going to take it all away, all right? You got to live for you. Do what you want to do. Don't let no man stop you from doing what you want to do. I said, Lady May, stop the drinks, okay? Because she's speaking some truth, but she's speaking her feelings and she's speaking alcohol, okay? And so we get this scene with Sophia sitting at the table with Bishop, and then they were supposed to have dinner that night, remember? So she's waiting, they're talking, then she gets a phone call, and it's May. May on the phone trying to say, I apologize for not seeing you, and just let everybody know that I'll be back tomorrow because she's going to get a hotel out there because she, too drunk to drive, which I'm so glad they put that in there and not have her actually doing something crazy in her state of mind by drinking and driving and then getting into a car wreck or whatever. They actually said she's going to be in a hotel, and Bishop wanted to speak to her. So he get the phone. I'm surprised she didn't hang up on him right away. She let him speak and say, I'm sorry, May. It wasn't what I intended. That's not the point and all that. She finally just said click. Okay. And at that point, he was talking to the dial tone, making it seem like putting on a front in front of Sophia like everything was all to the good, but it really wasn't. And we get another scene with Darius and, Grace out. I guess Sophia then told Grace what was going on and that the mom is okay. She was like, oh my God, mama didn't come home last night. Okay, she's not even home. She's not even going to sleep there. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's crazy. We see, Maiden went into the hotel room, okay, and she just drunk as all can be. I mean, drunk as all can be. Mama just stumbling everywhere. I said, oh, flashbacks. I was having flashbacks in here because it be like that sometimes. Baby, Charity was on her way to see Jabari on this tour. Now, earlier we got a scene with Jabari talking to her replacement, and they were like, Jabari has this way of flirting with people, whether he wants to be with them or not. It's just the way that I guess his intention of making them feel good and comfortable. And he was flirting with her a little bit much, and I was like, oh, you really are over Charity. Mind you, Charity had called him earlier, and she was trying to tell him, I miss you, and, all this stuff, and can we talk about, I wanted to be on pastor, and my father's this. He was like, look, girl, I'm busy. I'm going to have to call you back later. Click. I said, that is the second time. The second time he didn't hung up on her, okay? I said, rude. Rude, okay? Very rude. And then when she shows up and see them rehearsing, Jabari sees him. He comes down to talk to her. She talking about something. Hey, I'm here. That's my replacement. You can tell her that she can go because I'm here for the tour. And it was like, what are you doing here with this baby like this? Like, no, Charity, she's in a contract just like you were, and she's gonna honor her contract. So that's what we have to do. And she was like, trying to be all nice and make it seem like everything was all good. And at this point, she just it just got very cringeworthy because you could tell where it was going by Jabari's body language. He eventually, she was like, I don't, you're not here. You need to just go. Okay. It was like, so what? You don't want me or whatever? It was like, I tried to give you everything that you wanted. It was like, you don't love me? I did love you. Oh, you did. Yes, I did. Okay. She was like, well, why didn't you break up with me? Because at the time I was trying to figure out how to do, if I wanted to do so or not. But now it's clear that I do. Okay. And before she said that, she was like, before he said all that, she was like, nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. I said, oh, Charity, don't say that in front of him like that. And it just made my heart break for her because I said, not only is she going through it, but she's in pain and she's embarrassing herself in front of everybody. And, he told her to leave. She stood there, and after he said he didn't want to be with her, he was over it. He was done. Them tears started coming. I said, oh, girl, walk away. Don't embarrass yourself any further. I felt so bad for her, so she basically took baby Nathan and just walked out. Rochelle. Rochelle is more in this little scheming thing than Skanks. Okay, Tasha, I should say. That was like, look at her, he over there buying the Jerry and stuff. I mean, I did that because I really wanted to help him. She was like, girl, whose side are you on? Okay, she was like, do you ever go to sleep and do you ever think about what we doing and what guy feels? Girl, I said, wait a minute, Rochelle, what you about to say? She's like, don't come at me about no guy, okay? Greenleaf, he killed my daddy. It ain't just Basie. He's my daddy too, okay? Because she got the IRS and all the people involved in this stuff. And I said, Lord, I should have known. I should have known, okay? Um, we see Lady Mae finally coming out. She going back home. And Darius came over there to talk to Grace and said, look, so everything pans out about Rochelle. She clean as a whistle for right now. But I did discover that there's a list of churches who are on the IRS list who owe some money that was doing some fraudulent activities with an underhanded money guy. And Calvary is top on the list. And so now Grace know that the church is in trouble. I said, Lord, 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 Lord. Then, girl, the best part of this episode is when Jacob goes and had a little meeting with the little ushers or whatever that was getting the money, talking to them. And then he said something to Zora. Zora said it in a way that he just didn't like it. Like his suspicions just started rising. So when he came home, he told Carissa, who was sitting on that phone just kikiing at the couch, and it was like, Zora's the one that took the money. I'm guaranteed you she took that money. And she had her door locked. He was like, I thought you told you that the door's not supposed to be locked. He bummed that door open. He went through all her stuff. She was like, Daddy, what you doing? Carissa was even trying to tell her, you need to calm down. You need to stop. He went through every drawer. He went through the closet. And then he went through some of the boxes on top of the closet. And he ain't see nothing. And then it comes this one particular box. A little black box fell out of it. He opened up the black box and all that money was in there. I said, child, she out here stealing from the church just like some of y'all pastors be stealing from the church too. I said, And she better be glad he didn't slap her. Lady Mae back and told Bishop she about to go to Atlanta. Told Corinne to get her a train ticket or a plane ticket to go to Atlanta so she could see her old friend. And I think she's going to see old girl. And she upset at the fact that Grace was on the cover of that magazine, that newspaper article. But she told Bishop was trying to explain to her that, he didn't mean to send that out, send a divorce thing out. And she was like, you know what? It's okay. It needed to be done, and it gave me the push that I need. And so therefore, it is what it is. I need to live my life for my life. and we're gonna move forward with this divorce. I said, woo. This episode was good, y'all. It was real good. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and I will see y'all guys later on tonight. I haven't forgot about the Bobby Brown stream. I'm gonna go watch it right now. Okay? And I'll see y'all later. Peace.